Hey, Alex here from AD Moto Adventures, and just want to show you guys a project that I have here. This is a Yamaha XT350, and it's a little potentially flip build project, budget build. Just looking to have some fun flipping it and see what we can get into. So I'll give you guys a walk around the bike here, and I'm sure we'll go on a couple rides on this bike as well before I sell it, if I do end up selling it. I picked this up for super cheap here for a bike, and it definitely needs some work. Bikes aren't very well maintained here, and it needs quite a few things, but I'm going to spruce it up a little bit and then see what we can do. Alright, so we'll give you a little walk around here. Obviously it needs this new seat cover. It's in pretty rough shape. It needs the original bolt here. We'll have to see if that's even replaceable for the oil filter cover. I actually ordered a new oil filter cover with the bolts, so should have all the originals back in it. We'll have to see how it goes, but I'm going to try to paint this header pipe black again with high temp paint, and maybe the muffler. We'll see how that goes. And then I was hoping to change out the rear fender here with something a little more stylish, maybe a newer bike fender. We'll have to see what happens with it. I'm missing the rear tail light. Let's see what else here. Still has the side covers, doesn't have the rear rack that goes on there, so that kind of looks kind of weird. The tank is a little dented up and scratched, so I think we'll be painting that. So you can tell I've already done some things on this. I'll show you in just a minute here. But I took the headlight off and put those little LED blinkers on there. We'll see how those work out. It has 6,701 miles on this bike. Got the original front fender. I'll show you what else I've already changed out. So the bike was running great when I got it, other than a couple minor oil leaks out of some seals that people probably just didn't want to buy the replacement seals for, like around the head. So the original handlebars on it were super bent. Here, I'll show you here. So here's the original handlebars. They kind of matched the frame of the bike, but I don't know if you can see here. So this side, here, let me compare them to the actual bike. So you can see that side kind of lines up, but when you look at this side, there's a giant gap right here between the new ones I put on. So I don't know if you can, maybe this can make it better view, but it's just got a giant bend on this side, so obviously somebody has fallen over on it. So I got some new handlebars. I got some new mirrors. Let me know what you guys think of those mirrors. It's the same mirrors off of my little Chinese bike over here. Let me know what you think of those. Here's the mirrors that came on it. Do you guys like these better or the ones I have on here? Oh, here's some more of the original parts. So the headlight had a giant crack and hole in it. The original blinkers, one of them's cracked, the other one is in okay shape, but I figured I would just change them out with some cheap little blinkers just to make it a little more sporty looking. That's the box from those blinkers. I'm trying to decide if I should sand these down and make them black or just keep them blue. Maybe sand them with a very, very fine grit sandpaper. Maybe I can get a little more shine back in them. Oh, let's see. So when I changed out the handlebars, I want this bike, because it's in Haiti, whoever buys it or if I keep it, for it to be able to, if any of the parts go bad, I'm able to just change them out with the parts that are available here. So I went to a Chinese motorcycle dealer, the Aujin dealer that has this bike, and they have like an enduro bike that I bought these handlebars for. I bought grips. You can see the original throttle tube here. See how short this is? My hand can barely even fit on it. The original throttle tube was cracked and it had a big old gouge out of it, so when you would try to spin the throttle it would stick. So got rid of that. I just cut it flush to where the cracks ended, and I actually ordered a new throttle tube, not a new one, but one off another bike off eBay, so that should be here shortly. And then the master cylinder had a leak up in here. The seal was missing where the piston goes in, and it was just pouring fluid out of here when I refilled it. It was empty when I bought the bike. I actually rode this thing home from about maybe an hour and 20 minutes away. Had no rear brakes, still doesn't have rear brakes. Had the front brakes kind of worked, but it was just the rotor with the steel of the pads that was left. So there was no brake pad left, just the steel would clamp down on it. So it got really hot. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that, the way the shadow is, but it melted the plastic on the around the disc rotor. So anyways, I swapped this out with the same one that comes on that enduro Chinese bike. It actually, brake lines are pretty close. Well, I've never seen any different for a motorcycle, but I could be wrong. I just assumed that it was the same bolt that fit in there, and it was. So I kept the line off of the Chinese enduro and bolted it right to the factory Yamaha brake caliper that was on this bike. So there's that. And what else did I do? I also did this clutch lever off that same bike, that same Chinese bike. It has the mirror mount on it. I looked at a few shops here for the clutch perch, and I could not find one with a mirror mount on it. So they're all for dirt bikes, so anywhere else I could find. So that's what I went with, is the Chinese one. And all of this, I'll have a price list for you guys, and I'll explain what each thing costs, and keep you updated along the way. So that stuff I already did just so that I could ride this thing. And pulled the headlight off. You can see, pulled the air filter out. Air filter is actually really clean. I did order another one just for safety and just to have a spare. You can see the rear blinkers wiring was just clipped off, so that's fun. I'll have to figure out what wire goes to which and all that. Looks like this side is cracked right here, so I'll probably have to figure something out for that if I want to put a rack back on the rear. Let's see, what else? New grip on this side as well. Speedometer odometer and RPM, all of that works. So that's cool. I have not tried to see if power is getting to the headlight yet. I haven't tried the blinkers yet. It doesn't have a battery in it, so I tried to order one, but they will not ship batteries. So they'll ship them UPS, but they will not ship them on a flight to here. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. I need to like find a small battery or something. The Chinese bikes here have quite a bit bigger batteries than what this will take, so not sure what I'm gonna do for that yet. But on that note, there you go. This is the new project, and I'll keep you guys updated as stuff comes in for it.